Hello. Hmm. Hi guys, good evening. Hi Jeremy, hi Srini, hi Kiran, hi Pradeep, hi Segal. Uh, I'm all set. I'm just waiting for RIPSTER to join in. So guys, today's agenda is like he's gonna give us some tips, share his new initiative, and then once he's done, we'll start from our own like daily analysis. So I'm actually waiting for him to join in. Because I give him time of 10-15, so I just wanted to set up early. So in between, like since he's going to join in a couple of minutes, so let me just talk about today's market. All right, and by then, if he joins, we will give him this structure. All right, so let's see. In between, let me just ping him. Hi, Chris. Hi, Shrikant. I think RIPSTER is here.
Hey, Naval.
Hi, RIPSTER. How are you?
Hey, good man. How are you?
I am good.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me over.
No, we like most of the people in my community, they are really fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
So they always ask me that can we have him join
Yeah.
us, share some tips, some ideas so that they can use it and then they can get better traders. So
Yeah,
thank you for coming
definitely.
in.
Definitely.
Uh, so how would you want to proceed? Should I allow you to share your screen and want to talk about something and your initiative? Or you want to take
No, you can do what you usually do, and then I can, like, whatever your normal routine is. So what we'll do is, as you go through, and then I will look at my side, my charts, and then I pitch in, and then and then we can always switch the screen.
Oh, that's wonderful. So usually like I take about 45-50 minutes to complete my thing.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
all right,
And
all right.
I can always chip in if I think there's something I
And
can.
again, like I'm not too into like so many factors. I use very simple process and I follow it. And it works for me, to be
Perfect.
honest. So
That's perfect.
all right.
That's love to learn.
Yes, we should always learn from each other. That's always a great thing.
Yeah, still learning, still learning.
All right. So usually this is my watch list. I only trade what is in the watch list. I do not go outside of it.
Right.
Okay. And this is some basic fields. But if you see all these red,
Yeah.
green areas, these are like my Heikin-Ishi trends. I really believe that Heikin-Ishi gives you a clear trend information that whether the trend is
Yeah.
positive or negative.
Yeah.
So
I've used
it's
them in before.
daily for me, half-hour trend, 15-minute trend. And I follow it. It works like a charm for me. And then I use 12 and 34 EMA.
Webinar. Webinar.
Okay, so let me just do my simple scan. I use 3 scans usually before my planning.
I use D. So basically, what I have used DMI sometimes in TradingView. It gives me the same little bit same thing as the Heikin-Ishi.
Yes,
So
I also use DMI in combination. Like right here, I have DMI values.
nice.
So I use a combination of. Uh, Let me just go into daily chart. But yes, and the levels which comes out of this is like really good for me.
Very nice.
Okay, yes. So today I went short once 4070, 4470 was broken, and then my SPX put from $1 made like what, $6. That was only a good trade. Otherwise, I was holding Microsoft throughout the day.
Yeah, Microsoft, the 325 was pretty big level, you know, third time it rejected hard. So I was waiting for that.
Yes. So let me just do the scan. Again, this is my daily process.
Yeah. I love to watch.
So I do the scan and I think it's 5031. Let me just go and increase.
Pretty clean trend on yesterday though.
So it's, I have like set them based on the market capital, because the bigger the market capital, it's easier for me to uh, trade. So TSM is there, Adobe is there, which I
Yeah.
usually trade. Crowd
Lot,
is inside the,
lot of chips.
yes. So I'll
So
just
this is
make a
the
note.
inside day scan?
Yes, it's an inside day scan.
Yeah, nice,
I
interesting.
just make a note. Adobe is inside day. I keep on making notes so that it's easier for me to, even FedEx.
Yeah, pretty tight range on Adobe today, like barely
Yes.
traded half its ATR.
And WMSMCI. So that's my scan. Then I'll check for simple bullish candle patterns on daily. And I'm only looking for hammer, morning star, morning dodgy star.
Mhm.
So there's nothing there. Okay. Then I'll go for my bearish candle patterns, hanging man, evening star, evening dodgy star.
Yeah.
Not really. Last one I do is my 12 and 34 scan. So I use 12 and 34 EMA, and I've been using this for almost 10 years now.
Oh
So
wow. Yeah.
it, it
First
like
person
I've,
I saw using 34 EMA after me. That's good to know.
because I honestly, like when I started doing this technical analysis in 2006, 7, I tried everything from
Yeah.
2006
Yeah.
to almost 13, 14. I
Yeah.
spent thousands and thousands of like rupees in India to understand. But then
Yeah.
I understood the importance of Fibonacci. 34 is a Fibonacci number.
Yeah.
13, I don't use it because it's like an unlucky number. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
would have used it.
Yeah. So that's how I found because I knew everybody used 50, but when I realized that 3450 EMA cloud, that's how I built it.
Yes.
One of my friend Jay Trader, he built a good system out of Fibonacci 70 to 89 on 3 minute and 1 minute. His system is good. So he works uses that.
Yep. So I have 12 and 34. Oracle is looking good. So it crossed 12 and 34. That's a good thing. I'll make a note. And 34 crossing 12, it should be more.
Oracle has been going from yesterday. Today it's
Yes.
back over 34. Yeah, I see that.
All right. So not much Marvel, Baidu, I don't rate them. So, okay. So now I have my list. I just need to incorporate these ones. I will trade Apple, AMD, Amazon. DA has been a little dud, but instead of Baba, I want to bring Adobe.
Mhm.
So I'll remove this list, and I keep like 20, plus 20 is like a big list, and I cover most of the major stocks.
I see.
I do want to bring in FedEx, so we should remove Palantir. And Roku is there, Snow is there, PayPal is done, dead. There's no
Mhm.
point in PayPal. Can I? Do you have any favorite stock which you want to add?
Let's. I mean, are you looking both for short or long?
I cover like depending on what the charts tell me.
Yeah. Look at Roku.
Roku I have. I'm like
Okay.
positive in Roku.
Yeah. And then yeah, Meta you already have. So the two I'm looking at, Meta and Roku you already have, and Microsoft you already covered, SMCI you already covered. Let me see.
And I also make some notes here inside the uh, WFTX was inside the W was inside there. I'll just remove there. So this is my sheet in which I try to see the bias of the market and
Yeah,
then how much conviction I see based on the charts.
right, right.
Right. Uh, like somebody is asking about target. Like target is in the morning, so there's nothing we can do. But I think target is going to surprise.
Yeah, whatever target does, then we also look at the Walmart in the same way. Look at the home builder Lennar, LEN.
It was, I think, added by somebody, right?
Yeah, yeah, Warren Buffett.
Yes, I'll
It should
keep
be
it.
on your 34 EMI scan. I think so.
Oh, it's not in my watch list. That's why it's not there.
I see, I see.
But I'll make a note. I'll add it into the list.
Warren Buffett added all the home builders, DHI and Lennar there.
Yes.
Usually they have their liquidity is on the lower side, so not many people trade them, but they're decent.
Yeah. Like we just need a good breakout. That's
Yeah.
all right.
And
So
net is good at try to break out of flag today. AENET.
in it,
Yeah.
Arista Network. Yes. I watched its what you called earnings. They were really good.
Yeah, and it was a good earning day trade for us, definitely. And then
And we have almost 100 people watching us now on YouTube.
oh, that's good. I can maybe I can retweet that.
Yeah, if you can retweet, we'll have more people join.
All right, let me do it.
So I'll start from ES then. Let's start with ES. So ES, I'll just change the candles to normal candles first. So today, for me, ES broke down. This is my long term. And again, I do not use many things. I have this regression channel, which is by default in Thinkorswim,
Yeah.
and I use Fibonacci levels. I've learned one thing, which is a very beautiful thing. I use the combination of regression channel and Fibonacci, and the levels which come out of this are like incredible. You
Yeah.
can try and test them.
So
Like
the what I have learned, the thing is, so there are so many systems, there are so many things, everything works.
yes,
You need to find out what works for you and
exactly.
your itself, right? So if the Fibonacci regression, EMAs, SMAs, whatever you take, right? So they all, I might have traded it in a different way because my system said the same thing that your system says.
Yep.
So the point is just we have as a traders to be successful, we need to find what works for us. We should not force what works for somebody else. So that's the beauty of it, right? So
Yes.
just wanted to point it out. If anybody out there is trying to figure out, oh, what is the best system? The best system is what you find your conviction with, back testing with hundreds of charts. That is the best system.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the best part is that once you start doing a back testing of the data, it builds your confidence. And once you
Yeah.
have confidence in trading, that's what you need, because then it will help you to make a proper decision.
Yeah, I mean the conviction of the system will only comes once you execute it, right? Because everything is wrong once a while. But what
Yes,
as a traders we try one system, if it's not working one time, you jump to some other system, and you are in just this vicious cycle trying to find the best system out there, right? Rather than sticking with one system and giving it a chance.
yep. So let's look at ES today. So ES, like for me, it broke the 12 EMA.
Yeah.
It tried to break out. It failed 34. It lost the important regression channel base, which it held for like almost a year now. It held. It lost 34 EMA, and then it lost the important Fibonacci 38.2 Fibonacci level. So
Yeah.
this is a failure. So now, unless and until we take above this, my bias will be short. And I do see 43.95 area, which is right here, which was a previous good support for the market as well as the resistance. If we lose this, I'm targeting this change of month futures where we have this gap. I'm looking at 43.25 if we are not able to go back above 34 EMA pretty soon. That's the whole idea. If we are able to break above 4,500, then I think this negative trend or negative sentiment will go away or diminish. But as of now, I see that yes, the sentiment is sell on rise. If we can come near to 44.70, 44.80, it's an area where I would try to sell. I will not go long unless we clear 44.95 area.
Yeah,
That's my
4,500 is if it
yes.
reclaims, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can, so maybe, for our audience, I can show like how I look at the things.
Yes,
Not
I'll
ESP,
allow
but
you to share your screen. Just check if you can share your screen.
yeah. I just just make a host disabled participant screen
No,
share.
try now. It's like by default, so I just enabled it.
Okay, let me see.
Let me just stop sharing and then you can share.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I am able to share.
In between, thank you guys for joining us on YouTube. I hope you'll get to learn something new.
Yeah, so is my screen visible?
Yes, it's there.
Right. So those people who don't know me, right? So I have my system is based upon, first of all, most important thing for me is support and resistance. I keep everything pretty simple. Support and resistance is the first, and then I need a trend system, which tells me what is the trend, and the levels tell me where to go short or where to go long. So as if I look at ES chart on 10-minute, so that is my system on 10 minutes, just a short-term view. It had broken the 10-minute 3450 EMA cloud, RIPSTER cloud, whatever you call it. And then since then, it has been in downtrend. And every time it comes to this 3450 EMA cloud, it just rejects. So I have these clear levels. Support becomes a resistance, even though it went up. But you see there's a resistance level, and then there's EMA. The beauty of the EMA is that EMAs act as a trend signal, and they also sometimes act as a support and resistance. So that's why I really like the system I've built out of it. So just an example of ES on a smaller time frame, but if you look at the daily time frame, then it's all about the levels. Or this was the prior resistance for a long time. It tried to become support here, few times bouncing, and then the EMA clouds reversed under 2021 EMA, and then it back down, testing this support. And now if it breaks this area, then of course, like Naval said, we will pull back. So it's a different type of analysis you can do on whatever you trade. If you are trading, if you are intraday ES trader, then you will look to get short at a resistance level, because all it matters is you just need to find a risk level. And chart can be anywhere. Sometimes people say, oh, it's already down too much, how can I short? Oh, it's already up too much, how can I long? All that matters is you need to find where your risk is. Once you find that risk level, you take the risk level, take a position based upon that R, and then look for the reward. I think this is what happened in the end of the day. SPY or ES, they were consolidating right here, and the same time VIX bounced. So I have a VIX and SPY strategy that I made pretty famous. So on the FinTwit, a lot of people use it. I can share the link later about the strategy. So once the VIX was breaking out of 16, we saw this dump. We actually took a SPY short on this, was not trading yet. But anyways, you could have taken the SPY, either just have a starter here at 3450 EMA break resistance, and then once this break, you can add into your starter and cover into the flush into the market close. So that's like a smaller time frame day trading kind of system that I use, which you can apply to any stock or anything, right? And then I also keep 1 hour, and then of course the daily. So you see how different systems work. So I just wanted to share with our audience.
Yes, and your system is like quite visually very clear. You know this is green and this is red.
Yeah. So for me, I have realized more things I see, more I'm unable to make a decision, right? So if I put 5, 6 indicators there, I only put this DMI because we were talking about it. Even I don't need that. I don't use it. But sometimes if I do, I just see the buyer seller confluence, but I'll rather have it like this, and then I can see the candles and all that. Yep. So it gives me some idea what's going on. So yeah. So
the price action gives you everything. It's just you need. Yeah, definitely. So it's just like the SPY today. SPY system works a little better because of the pre-market liquidity. I have some more levels to trade with. We have just more travels on SPY and all day fade, reject, short, add into the short.
So just an example of how we trade. And you see SPY is already rejecting and already trying to find the support here, and ES is same way. So I know if when ES leads, then this is going to break this 440, and SPY has a lot of room down there. And it always will go with that. That's why I'm watching this Apple and Microsoft very closely, Naval, because that is what it's going to tell us.
Fill the gap.
Yeah, because Apple, the funny thing is, Apple is not really breaking down out of that level. That's what it is. Everything is, it's holding up this market.
Yes, and same is happening with Microsoft. Microsoft is holding 380.
I was going to mention that, because here's the thing, right? Apple and Microsoft make up the market.
Yes.
Whatever you say, if Apple and Microsoft are tanking, they'll take whole market down. Of course, sometimes Apple is weak, and so I always tell you, if you are a market trader, if you are a ES trader, SPX trader, you should know what are the 10 main stocks in the NASDAQ 100 and SPY. And surprisingly, a lot of people don't know, and they don't even care. But when you know that Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, these are the 5-6 stocks, which is basically the whole market, then you trade them with more conviction. Because sometimes I'm trying to short SPY or ES futures, and I'm looking that everything is strong, but Apple is still holding. That's why the market is holding. And the moment Apple falls down as well, then I have more conviction to add into more to my SPY shorts. So that is something we need to know. So that's why I'm watching this. They have supported this level for a long time. How long can they hold it? Once it fades, it has room down to, there's a little support there. And same as Microsoft, so we have, like
Microsoft, I'm eyeing that 316 gap for so long, but every time it comes to 318.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of questions for you from the YouTube. One is, on a 10-minute chart, do I need to wait until the cloud forms?
What do you mean by forms? Sorry.
Suresh, you need to explain what do you mean by forms.
Do you mean the price goes down or price goes up?
I don't know.
Clouds are, unless it's IPO, the clouds are already formed.
Clouds are already there. Yes, they are based on those EMAs.
Unless there's an IPO like this, the clouds form later.
Yep.
So, but yeah, if your question is, you have to wait. For me, that's my bias. Every day I wake up. If the stock is trending under the EMA clouds, then I'm bearish. As long as it's trending there, I'm bearish. That's fine. But how do I find my entry or exit, right? And I make all these levels pre-market, and then I make those levels, and then I know that this is my level to short. This morning I gave this level 446.60, and right away that's point, no magic, and we do it all every day. Right away that point rejected under EMA clouds. My folks took short, and then all day fade.
So one question for you, Rip. Do you have the same setup for Thinkorswim? Because I don't use TradingView.
Yeah. I have exactly same setup Thinkorswim. I actually shared. I put it on my YouTube video as well. My full layout. Thinkorswim, my setup is more intuitive because I link all my options together flawlessly. I can actually post that video here for you guys in the comments.
Awesome. Because I'll try to try this out just to see that, yes, because I'm usually like a full-time worker, so I use my phone rather than my laptop. It is usually visible. It really helps.
It's a really good visual on Thinkorswim. Maybe later in the video I can try to show that as well. But here is the layout that here's the link to that video.
Okay. And one more question, I do not use after hours or pre-market hours into my charts. I just try to keep them away because I make my levels on the daily basis, and then I trade them on 30-minute time frame.
So the thing is, when we are trading the catalyst moves, especially the pre-market gappers or the post-market movers, or on a CPI day, when there's a lot of volume that has traded after hours and pre-market, then for me, for my system, I don't look at it 1 hour. I don't care. Only on 10 minutes, I want to see those levels because those levels. So basically, pre-market low highs, yesterday low highs. They're the two important concepts that I use every day because yesterday, for example, right, this level. So how did we long Nvidia or Tesla yesterday or the SPY? Because if you see my yesterday's recap, I had this pre-market level being bought. I can't find this level on the daily because this is a pre-market volume action. So anybody who's long here, he knows I have conviction of 2 candles here and bunch of candles here. There's a buyer there and I can stop out under it. And that's why the pre-market levels are important every day. And, and of course the previous day and all that. And especially on the days when pre-market, there's enough volume traded, and then you have a range built up for the for the SPY or QQQ, whatever you are trading. So that always helps. So on my system. So let's see if there was something on QQQ today. Yeah.
So Munjal, you're asking who drives what. See, you need to understand futures and SPY, they do not drive anything. It's based on the index. Both are derivative. Like SPX is the index, SPY is an ETF, and future is a derivative.
Yeah, so, and they're just, I mean, they're pretty close. I mean, some people just trade SPX, they don't touch anything. Those people who try to
I used to do ES futures, but then it takes away all my night. So I've stopped doing it. So it's only SPX I do. Sometimes I go to NASDAQ futures, but only rarely. But ES, when I used to do every single minute, I used to just look at my phone. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So I've stopped doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you just need to find what some people trade SQQ, TQQ. They don't know how to trade options, so they trade SQQ, TQQ. Yep. So if you were wanted to short the market today, NASDAQ, you trade SQQQ, right? You ride the trend on SQQ. Of course, today we were initially choppy day, but you could easily trade that from the reversal into highs, and it's risk-free. It's risk-free, and if you are, and TQQ runs with the NASDAQ. If you want to short the NASDAQ, you can short TQQ all day fade. For some people prefer that. It just depends what you want to trade.
So there are a couple of more questions for you.
Rip. Yeah. Let me read. Yeah, I use the same system on every time frame. But remember, again, for me, the only thing that is always important first is the the price action is always important for me. The levels are always important for me. And then I look at the clouds, what are the clouds doing, or what they are not doing. If, for example, when this was my big trade and that I shared on Twitter as well, when I went long on Rivian, right? So of course the weekly was turning bullish or daily was turning bullish. That's fine. But the first thing is the consolidation breakout. Support, big resistance, breakout, right? Then there's a big breakout here at 15, and then big breakout 20. But if you, then EMA help to understand if you are like, either you can use whatever system you want. Some people use 21 EMA. If they add here, they will hold till this breaks. Some people use 12 EMA, 512. This is a 512 EMA cloud. So I use them, but they are not my primary source of trading. My initial thing is support and resistance, because that is the human psychology on the charts, right? So what is happening there? All the bag holders are churning out. The buyers are dissolving, or the sellers, once they are all the sellers are taken out, then boom, the reversal start. Nothing goes straight up.
Yep.
So just to give you an example. So anyways, you can continue, Naval, with your thing, and then I can jump in if I need something. Or I need.
There's one more question.
I often use bottom 12 EM break as a stop, but often get stopped out, see the bounces. The problem is because you are not using the levels. So levels are the most important thing. This, the support, resistance. Is sometimes the EMAs will not be the right thing, and then you would have to use levels. let's see if I can find some example, right? So, uh, so right here, let's say I was short NVIDIA under once the EMA cloud broke, right? Sometimes it can push over EMAs, but that's not the stock's fault and that's not the fault of EMAs. It can push back to the previous resistance on pre-market or wherever and then fall back. So that's how you have to find the level. I think there was a short today I did.
And I would like to add one point here, which I usually do. Like
Mhm.
I do not put stop losses on the break. I'll give them like because I use 15 and 30 minutes on my day trading. I
Yeah.
wait for a candle close because sometimes there is a spike and then it comes back.
Yeah,
So
especially
I use
support
that.
resistance is not a point, it's an area, and you don't use mental, you have to use mental stops, right? So if you were trying to, so we shorted, in our community, we shorted this today, and as I teach, it can easily push higher, right? Even though it pushed higher from the first EMA clouds, it could easily push here. And I had some resistance here. So I know this is my resistance, and that could have been my best entry because I have some levels from here, but it pushed higher and somebody thought, oh, it's over my first EMA, it's not going to work, I am out. He's out, and guess what? It pushed to the previous candle high right here, still under the overall downtrend, and
Yep.
then he missed this short trade. Nobody's fault, but because you ignored the price support resistance levels,
Yep.
it's a basic fact.
All right. So let me just jump on to.
I'm going to share some of my flashcards from my website. So you
Okay.
read them, so then you will know like what I use. So I shared my website and my flashcards. You can check them out.
Thank you for that. Okay. Let me just jump.
Yeah. Parth has one question. Let me answer it. So I check options flow, but my options flow is, for example, if NVIDIA is breaking out, right? I
Mhm.
want to see option flow in the same side of my bias.
Yep.
I don't want to see stock going down, and like sometimes people say, oh, the stock is going down, but the options are coming in, let's buy. I don't really care. In the morning, yesterday, this was our all day trade on Nvidia. I saw the calls coming in far away and the stock was breaking out. That adds conviction to me, right? A while back, we traded Roku after the earnings, and then the day after the earnings, when the Roku ran that big, right here, we took long over this pre-market level, and I saw hundreds of thousand option flow coming in because I filter them, and that is how I like to see, and it gave me more confidence, and I did a good size, and Roku ended up for a huge winner. So that's how I look at the options. It has to be like, if it's breaking out, I want to see the big option flow. If it's breaking down, I want to see it more put flow, and I have to see them being bought at ask, not at the mid, because anybody can be hedging their position. So that's how you look at it.
Awesome. Awesome. I also use option flow for confirmation. So
Yeah.
it really helps. Like, as you said, if it is in your direction, it really, really helps.
Yeah. Yeah. So one quick answer. See, exit criteria could be anything, right? There are a bunch of things. Some people use, if it's a big play, they use 100% of ATR traded, they're out. 150% of ATR traded, they're out. If my system, once this 512 EMA cloud fails, but not just the EMA clouds, if this failed, I would have out completely. But then I know it can pull back to here. So you just need to find one system, stick with it. The problem is there are so many systems to ride your trades, but people don't stick with it. They see their PL9 and they want to get out, right? It's very simple system I teach. As long as 512 EMA cloud holds up or down, you hold, right? If you were short Roku, never reclaimed, you hold, and it works, right? Just, but here's
Yep.
the thing, scale out. If you're option trading, just scale out on the first big flush, scale out most, rest, you watch how it works. Because if you are not like taking any profits, then little pullback, you panic, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to lose my profit, and then you take profits and the stock runs. So it's a lot of mental game. So
Yes. It's more of a mental thing. Like, even if we know this is going to happen, we just get panic and we get out. And that's a really, really good suggestion.
All right, I think we took all the questions. Now you can carry on, Naval.
Alrighty, thank you. So let me just share the
Yeah,
screen.
just let me if those who don't know me, I'll just share my YouTube channel with you
Yes,
guys. Then
please.
you can. So for past 2 months, all my day trades that I trade live with the timestamps, I share what we learned from that day on my channel. So you can go and see all those recaps, and it will help you a lot.
Yeah, you can show them here. Like you're sharing your screen, you can actually show them so
Oh,
that we
sure.
can actually go and check it out.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Let me see how I change it. Share, new share. Just YouTube.
And guys, give him a like. Like we only have
Yeah.
33 likes. Give RIPSTER a like.
Oh, no, that's fine.
No. We should.
Enough. I've gotten enough love, so it's more than enough. So, anyways, guys. So if you go to my, if you go to my YouTube channel, and then every day, whatever I trade and all my teachings, I put it out here, right? If whatever I trade, like why I traded, what were my levels, and literally, it's really helpful. I mean, I have seen people who go through my videos and they have like, we have changed, they have said we have changed your trading. So this I never used to do, because I always used to help people on Twitter, but with the time you have to change to help more people.
Yep.
So this is my website. You can go. I have all the trading tips from years of my learning here. And then I have a lot of my strategies. My RIPSTER cloud strategy should be here. And I'm still working on this website, putting a lot of the stuff there. And then my YouTube is there. And then, of course, my Twitter is there. And you can just watch this RIPSTER 4 pillars of stock market success. That will help you guys a lot if you're still struggling, because your 4 pillars is your goals, your system, your setup, and your risk. So that's something you need to do. And I explain it really good in my video. It's on my channel here.
Why I can really see that. You're
Yeah.
explaining to the depth so that everybody who's even a novice can actually understand it.
Yeah. And this is the think or swim, the layout you were talking about.
Yes.
That's this is the what I use here. So you see, so this is my 10-minute chart with EMA clouds, and this is the watch list, nothing special, and then daily chart, and this is option chart. So I right click, whatever I trade here is in the options. If I'm trading Amazon, I just have to right click and the option strike goes here. And then I have my option watch list as well. So once you watch this video, you will know how to set it up, and you can send me an email and I'll send you the layout as well. So
Okay.
yeah, but anyways, I don't want to take your session over.
No. It's
Screen
good.
to
Like
you.
when we're learning, it's never short of time. It's always good.
No, well, you're doing a great job, man. You're really helping everybody. I really appreciate you. Yeah.
No problems. Thank you. So, guys, I'll just go back. And RIPSTER, if you have any input, just
Yeah. Of course.
how do I find your YouTube or website? It's RIPSTER Education.
Yeah. I mean, I shared everything there.
You can put that on Twitter so that it's easier for them. They'll
Yeah.
follow you, and I think most of them already follow you. So
Yeah.
they'll have that link.
Yeah, I put my Twitter link. I mean, everything is there. My website. Yeah. I also have a private trading community.
Yeah, you should also talk about that. Let me, you should share your screen and show them what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can, no, it's fine. I can show later. I mean, it's not like,
No. Take your time. I'll start at 11.
it's all in my videos. So yeah, I have a private community of private traders, because
You share your screen. I'll
that's
stop sharing.
where
Share your screen
I
and share.
trade every day. Okay, let me just
Thank you, guys.
one second. I
Guys,
have pulled it up. I turned those windows down, and you can go back. I can show them.
like I have given you the sharing thing, so you can share when you're comfortable.
Yeah. So
Dinesh, thank you, man. Thank you. You already shared the YouTube.
yeah, I
And
already shared it. Yep, I already did. Yeah. Yeah, so I have, not many people know, I mean, very few people know that I have a private community now. So where I'm live every day, I have spent a lot of money on the automation and everything. So whatever I'm trading every day, there's a bunch of scanners which are off now, and a bunch of automated bots. I have these bots which gives me the price alerts, and that's all my information there. For example, when we were fading into the close today, you can see the bot said SPY breaking the support, and guess what? It went to 442, and that was a good shot. So I've automated all that. So basically, my thing is I who knows me over the years, I don't believe in the buy sell alerts. I believe in education,
yep,
and you can make money with education and ideas if you are buying something. Because have you ever heard a Buffett or Munger or somebody, a greatest investor of last 10-15 years, oh, he was buying a lot from this service, that's why he's billionaire? No, never. Right, so that is the point. When you're looking for the buy sell alerts, then it's very short lived, because then eventually you will give up. You will run from one chat room buying alert to other chat room to third chat room, and it is a vicious cycle. And finally, and I did that too. Frankly, I went into so many rooms when I first started, and then I finally left them all together, and then I built my own system, and I started teaching people, and that's how I found success. Right, so if I am teaching today in my community, I talk about the reasoning. I talk about what is happening, right? And I just tell them this is the bias today, right? So if we were biased on SC, why was the bias bearish, right? These were the resistance levels. For example, SC was our big trade today, faded all day, and that was the reason. So so those kind of the things. This is one of my new initiative, and even Naval comes up there, contributes, gives us good trades sometimes, so I appreciate that. So just it's my dream to make one of the best educational communities out there, so hopefully we'll get there. So far nobody really knows about it, but even we have good serious traders coming in and joining us. But anyways, I didn't want to advertise that, Naval, I
no,
just
no,
want
no. It's a good thing. Like,
yeah,
people should know if there's a community where you could actually like spend time to learn,
yeah,
and then they can actually like use that education to make money for themselves. Because like once you
right.
know how to make money, you can always make money.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, the literally the people who have seen, I have seen changes in people because they execute themselves, and they tell me, Ripster, we have learned to execute ourselves, and rather than depending on, because by the time you take buy sell alerts, it's gone, right? And I want to build long-term traders who come to my community, learn, and they leave, and then they are successful traders on their own, rather than coming in for buy sell alerts and then they don't find anything, and they just make few trades, they win on few, one alert goes to zero, and they just run away, and the cycle keeps going. We talk about levels, what were the levels to SPY, and why were the levels, right? And that's what, if you go to my trade recaps every day, I spend 30 minutes. That's on my YouTube stream. You will learn a lot. I bet you, if you watch all my last 30-40 trade recaps, you will be a better day trader tomorrow morning. I bet you that. And my concept of for my teaching of my motto is, if I cannot promise you to make you money, but I promise if you listen to me or my teachings, you will not lose money, because it's all about not losing what you have. Everybody tells you, oh, we'll make this much money, I have made shit lot of money in my life. I have lost shit lot. People have seen on the Twitter how much I have lost. But the point is, you can, if you, everybody tells that I can make you money and come with me, this and that, but nobody tells you how to conserve, how to preserve.
Yep.
And that is where the longevity is. And if you don't preserve, today you might make 1,000% on a lotto, and in 2 days you will all give back. What happened with the 2020 2021 traders? That they made the money without a system, and they ping me, hey Rip, what can I do? I lost all my money, how can I get back? Very few ask me, hey, I never had a system, Rip. I need, maybe I can get a system and I can get consistent. That is the right question to ask. People ask wrong questions, and it's not their fault. Everybody does that. Nobody comes into the market thinking today we will make money. Everybody has heard about the stories. Oh, my uncle, my aunt, they made so much money, COVID money, we will make money. And they might make money when they start. And when they start losing, the reality hits them. Oh, it's not that easy. I have no system. I have no process. And
Yep.
then they start chasing the money they lost. And then it becomes all about chasing the money. Oh, I'll chase my money, I'll get out of the market. And they forget what's their ultimate goal is. Because I always say life is long. Even if you spend a year, 2 years to get consistent, you have whole life in front of you. But we want money right now, today.
And that's what happened with me. Like I started trading in 2002, 3. I made really good money until 2008. And then
Yeah.
the big thing happened. I made really good money in that because I love to short at that time.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
I had like that kind of arrogance. Yeah, I know everything. I don't know this thing. And then
yeah.
I lost a load of money.
So
Then I,
other thing I have seen is when you have a big account, when you come with a big account, like, let's say we were back from the job working for Fortune 500 companies, consulting, you have hundreds of thousands to trade with, especially, speaking about the Indian community or the, people who are from the background of the tech, IT,
yep,
and they have enough money and they think they're invincible, but nobody is invincible, man.
yep,
The accounts flies like that, because without process you can lose millions to zero. With process you can take thousands into hundreds of thousands. that's
yep,
that's all that's what I have learned over the years. And we still make mistake, right? I still make mistakes. I used to make mistakes with smaller money. I make mistakes with bigger money, but I don't repeat my mistakes. If I had done a mistake this year, I will not repeat it again. That's the for sure. Earlier, I used to repeat when we were successful.
and
Just
that's the
take a pen
maturity.
and
Like
paper.
that's the
Yeah,
maturity we get once we understand and we have a trust in our process.
yeah,
And yes,
yeah.
this
But
thing
here's the
works.
problem, Naval. The thing is, once you're successful, right? So once you are successful, you have more money. And if you are just a trader, all you know about is trading, and you put more money at risk. And even that one mistake can cost you a lot, right? If
Yes,
you don't take the money. It happened to me, 2 years.
happened to me as well. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, I don't want to
you
say.
wipe off like a very big money in like I'll tell you in 2009 or 10 I used to trade in Indian market and I had like State Bank of India futures. I had like
Yeah,
100 future lots
yeah.
and I shorted and it went like from 3100 to 3600
Uh,
in just 5 minutes. Boom,
yeah.
my account got vanished.
So I tell you the story. I think I posted on Twitter as well, because nobody posts the loss. That probably would be the biggest loss. I would never share the number here, but I was short a penny stock, 500,000 shares. And I was keep adding. And because I have a bigger account, I don't care. I can handle the drawdown. And the stock went from $13 to $27, and it was halted on NASDAQ because of me. And that, I still woke up next day kind of smiling. But so my point is, in the stock market, one mistake, and you lose months, years worth of work. So you always have to be careful, never become greedy. And that's what I try to teach everyone. Just preserve. If today somebody comes to me, hey, say, hey, Rip, I made this much money, thank you. My first thing I tell him, tomorrow trade small. Just keep that money
Yeah.
away, preserve.
And I always like recommend people like pay yourself every weekend, cash out what you start with. Like if I start with
Yeah,
10,000, make sure you have 10,000 in your account, take out everything top of it so
yeah,
that you can actually feel comfortable. If you put
yeah.
more money at risk.
Yeah, I feel same way, man. I could have invested in a lot of real estate, taking the money out rather than trading like, crazy with a big account, buying thousands of shares of Amazon. It's all learning process. We're still alive. We're still living. There are more better things than money in the life to put smile on your face. But once you have reached that level, then you realize things. My motto is that if I can, make people realize these few things and save them the pain, then even if one person saved, it's more than enough, right? So
Yep.
yeah.
So last thing, Rip, people wanted to join your community. How should they join? That's the question from Krish.
Um, I will send a link to what's his name, Naval, and then he can share with you guys.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rips. It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you know, I can, so yeah, you go listen to my webinars, right? All on my YouTube. I like to talk. Sometimes I go too much into the guru mode, going into like lot of in-depth psychological stuff. Some people don't like to hear it, but you know, have changed the lives who have listened to me. So, you know.
Yeah, so I think we should also do a space so that people on Twitter, they can actually listen to your
Yeah,
very positive
yeah,
points.
definitely. Anytime, anytime.
All right, so let's go back and fill our sheet. We have 30 minutes to finish that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was on ES, guys. So ES is looking, as of now, this is a bearish engulfing candle, which covered completely this daily candle. It was like a setup of a morning star, but it faded today and faded with a loss of 38, loss of 12 and 34, and the regression channel. So for me, the bias is short to neutral. So I'll be looking to short this. I will sell on rise if it comes to 44.58-ish area and 44.55. So if it comes into this area, I'll be looking to short this with a stop loss of 44.70, which was the resistance of today. Come on. And why I'm doing this, it's a 38.2 fib breakdown. Come on. Percent. Fib 12 and 34 EMA loss and regression channel loss. So there's so many negatives here. So I'll be like 60% on the
I'm
short.
wondering what will be the catalyst for the next. Definitely, market needs a little more
It's,
step down before the recovery.
yes, it's I think tomorrow we have FMC minutes. Unless there's something negative in them, I think market should chop here more. Because
Yeah,
we have seen a good
today was
trade
a
round.
big chop. Today was a big chop.
Yes, so you see, like practically this is an ascending wedge.
Oh, yeah.
So again, I would like to see what's happening here. I'll not make too many things, but we finally broke down, so it's a bearish engulfing. So all these are my negative factors for shorting. And what are my levels from here? So I would short below this area, like when it comes. The first area which comes to me is this area, you see, where we had found the support. So let me just find the dollar amount for this. It's 44.38. So 44.38. And then the 43.95 area, which was the base. So 43.95. So these are my targets. If I have to short, I will be more than happy to short them to this. If I have to try long, I want to recapture this regression channel, which is 44.80. So it's neutral bias. Like I don't expect this to happen, but if it happens, I will only go long above 44.80. 44.70 should be my stop loss because that was the resistance and base today. And target should be 4,500, which is the 12
big
EM.
resistance, right? 4,500 is a big resistance, right?
Yes, so 4,500 is a big resistance, and then 45.20. I don't think so it's going to cross more than this. So this is my ES level. Let's also look at the book map just to make sure. I also use book map.
Yeah, I've used it before. Is this book map is in the Thinkorswim?
Yes.
Oh, when did they partner with them?
No, they have it for a long time.
Interesting. Never knew. Something new to learn today.
And I learned this from one of my community members. He
Yeah.
used to use this, and
No,
then
I paid for Bookmap separately and I used it for a while, but it was too much.
I also pay for it. It's like $40 a month.
I see. So then that you get it. Gotcha.
So you see the
It's very helpful intraday.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking like 4440 area. We have good buying interest as of now, and then 4420 area on the top side. Oh, 4405 is a massive buying area. So if we lose 4445, I think the rail can go down very easily. But this is a massive buying interest. I don't see the orders here, but this shows me some really good area. So all in all, 4395, 4400 is a really, really good support. I would try to like not buy here, but if it loses 4444, that's a great sell for me. Okay, so let's go to NQ. NQ, the DMI is negative. It lost 61, and since then it has come down to 23. Uh, as an Elliott wave, we should see breakdown to 14.
Yeah. If NQ breaks down, Meta will be my big focus there.
Yeah, I love to short Meta.
Under
This is the
300.
one biggest stock loser for me in the last 1 year. I've lost almost 100,000 on Meta. I don't know. Every time I do it wrong.
You're shorting it?
I'm just shorting Meta.
Yeah.
So 15140 is my line. If we can hold 15140, then we can actually see 15,000, which is right there. 15,000 and then 14,853. This is a rejection of 23.6 Fibonacci level. Same thing, bearish engulfing 100%. No, it's a little less, like roughly bearish engulfing. Rejection or backtest of 12 and 34. And 12 and 34, they are converging each other. So all these are negative points. So let's make note. And I use this sheet so that it's easily for me in the morning. I take a printout of this and I use it.
That's good. Right.
Bearish 12 and 34 converged 23.6 Fibonacci levels. So it's 20.3.6. So sell 6040 is there, 15140 is my stop loss. Yes. Target is 15,000, 418.50. Yes. If I have to buy, I'll buy somewhere here. Because this was the low, this was open, this was the close. So somewhere here I should buy. Let's see what the level this is. 15,200. Okay, so that's 15,200. So the level is fine, 15,200. So either I would go for a 15,000 and see whether there is a substantial support at 15,000. If it does, I would try a long there, looking for a fake breakdown. Otherwise, I will only wait until 15,200. And if it holds, if it doesn't, then there's an issue. The targets will be 15,300 is an important target because it's a Fibonacci, as well as the 38.2 level plus is a convergence of 12 and 34. So 275, 320. 275, 320. I don't think so. We are going more than that for today or tomorrow. So that's my NQ level. Let's go to triple Q.
You said price alerts there on Thinkorswim?
I put them on my phone. Like I receive them as text messages.
Yeah. You should try TradingView. It's pretty intuitive.
No, I have the license. The only problem is that the mobile application of TradingView is really bad.
Now they have improved than before.
No, I have a professional license for it. I use it for India market, and it's really terrible for me.
I see.
And plus, like I'm used to Thinkorswim for so many years.
Yeah, the price alerts are good. That's what I use for automation, like APIs and stuff.
So it's a guys, this is an inside day on triple Q in terms of price action. So 367. And again, one thing, once we have lost 61.8 Fibonacci level, we will always come back to 23. So we are right there. In between, we may find support at 38, 50, you can ignore, but failure of 61 is always bad. So 23.6 is right there. We are closing well below this. So the possibility is that we should hit 0%, which is 357. And I think 357, we actually do not have a good support in between. So if we flow down, we have 10 points on triple Q. So 367.50 is my area of control. If we hold below this, then we are good. So inside day down. And again, there's no positive, it's neutral. Stop loss is 367.60. Now, if it comes near that, I would love to sell this. So sell near 367. And sell mean buy puts. If you're not sure, then I'll be looking to see the support. Support is at 361.80. This is the area where we find the support. Like where you see the top of the bottom of the candle, the open of the candle, and it's very sustainable. So let's go and 361.8. Last area for me is 357.35. And again, it may not be achieved in one day, but if these are the conditions prevailing until 9:30, 9:45, I'll be more than happy to take this direction. If I have to go positive, I want it to break above 369.35, which is the open of today's candle. Then target should be 371.35 and 374, which is 38.2 Fibonacci. So 371.35 and 374. 374, guys, is a really, really intriguing area where it has found resistance, which is 38.2 Fibonacci. So unless we take it over on the closing basis, I think it's a sell on rise market. So that's about them. Then let's go to Apple. I think Apple is ready to break down.
Yeah, they've been buying it so long at that 177 area. You know,
See, this 177 is my 38.2 Fibonacci area. 177.30. It's holding it really, really beautifully. But I think if you see DMI 1 day, 2 day candle, 3 day candle, all of them are suggesting it's finally time for Apple to break down. But let's see if it does, because there is a gap which needs to be filled. This
yeah,
gap,
175.
you're saying something?
I think it's 175, right? That's
It's 175.77. That gap is there.
small gap. Yeah.
It's a gap which needs to be filled. Then there's a massive gap which is from the previous earning right here, 160 to 170. I am aiming this one if we break down below this area. So $10 I expect if we lose this area, because 38 loss of 38 will bring it down to 0%. So 177.30. Let's go to Apple. So Apple, I'm shortly biased. This is my area. Yes. So the Apple area is fine. AMD. AMD is holding that 111.30 area. I don't know for how long. It's trying to manage this area, 111.30. Every time it comes to the regression channel areas, it's finding the support. Let me just, yeah. So this was the area where it could actually break down to 106 and then come down towards 99. It did not. It found the support. Now this area of 23.6 Fibonacci, which is 1111. if market has to hold, and we have AMAT earnings coming this week, and AMAT I think works in conjunction with AMD. So as of now, it's like it's a dodgy state. It's not giving me a clear negative or positive sign. Like if you look at the long term, it's a really long term bull flag that is holding this area.
Yeah, that 107, 108 been holding long
Yes.
time. They never let it break down.
Yes. So till the moment we are holding this and we are above 111, I'll take a positive shot on AMD. So AMD, I'm not like negative, I'm neutral, but this time I want to try a positive on AMD. Buy above, I'll say 34 year paper, 112.65. If it does, I'll go long. Stop loss is 111. Then I should be finding some level of resistance at 115 and 118.60. 115, 118. 115, 118 is good area for AMD to give up. But if the market is positive, AMD will be my good choice. Amazon, Amazon finally gave up today. It's
It's just
coming to,
holding the gap. It's just holding that gap for now.
yes, it's like, and there was also some negative flow on Amazon. I was watching it. Let me open that Amazon thingy. And I use black box for flow.
Yeah, I have all those. Yeah.
So there was some buying in Amazon, but there was some massive dark pools even during the day.
Mm.
And since, like, if you look at the chart, 137 area, once it lost that area during the day, it never like
Mm.
recovered from it. This, come on, annotation. This is the area which it lost, and then it held around that area.
So
So
what is that orange sign there?
yes, it's a dark pool.
I see, I see. Yeah, nice.
And one thing which I have realized is if you have a dark pool and if you have a what you call the flow at the same time, that's a perfect combination to go long or short. If the dark pool is there and the stock price starts to go down, you will find put at the same timestamp, and they will literally go in the same direction very quickly. So Amazon, I think if it doesn't bounce here at 137-ish area, it may go down and fill the gap because the gap is massive. But I'll still take a positive Q. I'll say, let's say 136.70. So I'll keep 136 as my stop loss. Buy in the dip to 136, 137 area. The loss of 136 can lead to, it's not an inside day. Yes. So I'm still positive on Amazon, but in case it loses 136, we are going for it. BA. BA is my favorite stock. It's my favorite. And every time like I post, you tell me why you are stuck with BA. I've seen your comments on Twitter against BA. So
Yeah, yeah.
BA has
BA
lost.
when it works, the day it works, it really works. And when it decides to just, chop and then it is really frustrating. But when it works, it really works nicely.
Yes. So BA is actually making an M for me.
So they are basically BA, Boeing, CAT, a lot of these industrials and mechanicals, they usually go the same day. Yeah, CAT.
I've been trading cat and cat Boeing for a long time.
Yeah.
And my observation is cat always runs on Thursday. Just
Yeah.
try it out.
Yeah.
Whatever direction it
CAT
will
was a
make,
good trade after earning over all-time highs the other day for me. Okay, I'll check it out.
just check it out. Every Thursday, it will give you a big move. And I have blindly done that and I've made some serious money on cat.
Doing something on Thursday.
Because like when you start to trade on some trades and observe them, you get to know. Like Netflix
Yeah.
also does done for the Thursday. It's not moving, but you will see on Thursday, Netflix will give you a big move all of a sudden for no reason. So Boeing is broken and it's trying to test 225. I would like to add it at 225. So for now, I would like a short on BA.
Yeah, I like that too. The short, yeah.
It's an M for me. So it's an M
There
pattern.
is some support at 230 though.
230, yes, but when
Not
it gives up very quickly.
yeah.
We'll talk about the target, guys, because there's nothing on target right now.
Yeah,
The red
tomorrow,
was
I mean, if the target, so basically, I don't know if people are swinging target into earnings. That's why they're asking.
100%. That's the
Usually
reason.
when I ask, because whatever you tell, most people try to get the earning lotos and they are curious. But target, I tell you today, if target has a bad earning and it's gapping down, I'm shorting it heavy. A plus setup, A plus.
It's like if you see they were puts for 105.
Yeah, I mean, look at the chart. I mean, it's chart is it's a 2 year, yeah, 3 year low, 3 year low. If it breaks 125 tomorrow, then it's not going to stop until 115 and maybe more. So it's all psychology, right? Every investor from last 3 years is like losing money. And
Yes.
then
And we can also do short on Walmart with
yeah,
target.
yeah. But yes, probably have, yeah. The only thing the Walmart is the Walmart is the difference between Target. Walmart is at all-time highs, right? So here's the thing. Walmart is the all-time highs and Target is all-time, not all-time, my 3 year low. And that's where the human psychology comes in, where my A plus, if Target was, of course, Target is a big company, it can't be at all-time lows, I guess. But if it was all-time lows, then it was even A plus plus setup. Any stock that breaks out, very simple setup, note it down. And I've shown it again and again live on Twitter. Any stock that is at all-time high, consolidating, good earnings, breaks out, it's a good long, some and swing too. And if it's a growth stock, low interest rate environment, it's a good investment on the break of all-time highs. And if a stock is at all-time lows, bad earnings, breaks down, gaps down, it's A plus setup. 85 to 90% these setups work. So I will be interested to see what target does. I will not be interested long because I'm not, if it's, the problem is if the stock is at super lows and it bounces at the earnings, that's an opportunity of a lot of investors to get out, so that's why usually doesn't make a big move unless
Yes.
of course there's a big consolidation at a certain level and wow, they already sold it into the earnings. I'm just looking at the target chart. Wow.
They sold it until the last moment. And let me open, like,
Wow.
we're talking about target. So let's see target. There was some nasty flow on the target as well.
125. I mean,
So
even if there was no earnings, tomorrow the break of 125 would have been good short.
you see, it's coming at an area in 2021 where it find the support of 125. It filled all the gaps
Yeah.
until then. Now the next support for me is 113 to 114.
Yeah. So rather than like a good earnings and longing it, that will be like a B or C setup. Always grade your setups. I'll rather have a weak earnings and the short.
Yes, and look at this DMI. It's like nasty on 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, week, month. And
Difference.
this is
The
really
same
bad.
sector, and you see Walmart is all-time highs and Target. I mean, they have not been executing for a long time. Even
They
last.
had the opportunity to like upgrade their web app is really bad. Mobile app.
Although the thing is because Target is little better quality stuff, little expensive. You know, we like Target. Sometimes.
Yes,
Uh,
my kids, like, they go to Target almost every week.
yeah. So we love Target, but I don't know why why they are not doing that good.
And we spend a lot of money. But again,
Yeah.
it doesn't. Okay. Adobe, it's a dodgy right there. It came down from 552. Now it's holding around this area. Uh, Everything looks positive, but if it cools off, it cools off. It's an inside day, so I'll go long on Adobe, positive only above 520.
So tomorrow is Target and there's a TJ Maxx, these two, and JD.com. Wow.
JD.com will come in the morning, right? At 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Even JD.com, it's a bad chart. And I think Buffett sold out of it. So interesting.
526-ish and 534. That's my Adobe. Adobe is looking good to me.
Yeah.
Inside.
Naval, I need to just
Yes.
check on the kids.
are getting.
You carry
Thank you for
on.
joining in and giving us so many
Thank
updates.
you. It was a good talking to everyone, and hopefully, if this will be on your YouTube, right? Then I can share you.
Yes, this will be on my YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, and I'll send you the details if somebody wants to join my community.
Sure. I'll share it.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for joining.
All right, bye.
Bye. So, guys, it was wonderful to have RIPSTER sharing his views and improving our trading skills by experience, by sharing his thoughts. Please use and improve. All right, so let's come back into our list. Should be pretty quick now. Adobe, we have done. It's an inside day up, looking good. CRM is a cloud stock which is founding the foot near 200 and like it's an inside day. It's finding the support around 207 area. So I'll just keep in mind that yes, the candles are well away from 12 and 34. So there is one time they need to do a back test, and once the back test is done, we should be really looking forward into CRM. So again, CRM is not positive, but it's a neutral trade. It's around 208. So it's in the middle of nowhere. So let's leave CRM for now. I'll find something else. This is not a nice thing. Nicely set. Google is about to break down. So Google is 129.50. Again, I'm neutral on Google. I would like to sell below 129.50. That's the loss of 12 EMA and into the gap for 127, 127, 126.20, 124.60. So stop loss should be around 130.5. So Google is weak, not as in weak, but it should fill the gap. So I'm aiming to fill the gap. And loss of 12 EMA will trigger selling. As of now, the 12 EMA has been holding it, but once we lose it, it will trigger the selling. So that's Google. Meta is like, it's holding this 34 EMA for an extremely long time. Now, in this case, if we lose this, because it back tested it 12 EMA, so the moment it loses 375, I'm going short with it. I want to short Meta. So my stop loss is 302 and sell below 375. That's 34 EMA. Target comes around 292. Wow. 292, and then it comes around 287. Buy above, if you want to buy above 307 only. If you want to buy above 307. And thank you guys for joining so late. I'm trying to do as quickly as I can. Microsoft, you can see that trend is negative. It's trying to hold this area. So again, it totally depends if you want to fill this gap or not. The gap is right here. That 316 gap. It's not breaking higher, it's not breaking below, but it's kind of consolidating, and the momentum is really weak on Microsoft. So unless it loses 319 or 320, so Microsoft sell below 320 for 316. That's the gap which will fill, and then 310. If it holds 320, buy near 320. It's consolidating. So 320, 21, if you want to buy near that. Target area is like today's high is 325. For me is 327, 331. 327, 331.65. So that's my Microsoft. I really want to hold Microsoft in this area. Then I have Netflix. Netflix is holding 419, 420 area. See, it's making a dodgy after like coming from the top. And if it holds 420, or I would say 421, I'll be more than happy on Netflix. So 421 is my stop loss. Buy near 422, 424. If it is in range, look for 429. Netflix is something which is really trying. 437, 50. Dodgy at the bottom. So potential Morningstar is there. It's like also making roughly a W. So if something has to bounce in this market, Netflix is my choice. Then Nvidia. Nvidia, I have two levels. 435, if it holds, it's fine. If it loses, then we can see Nvidia is positive to neutral. So 435 is the number. 435.50. Buy near 438.50. Don't rush into Nvidia. It's really strong, but buy near 438.5. That's the 12 EMA. Should provide some support. Look out for 446 and then 456. 456 is really a tight area for Nvidia. On the short side, stop loss is there. Sell below loss of 34 EMA. So sell below 434 if you want to. Target 428, 420. Then I have FedEx. It's an inside day. FedEx is about to lose. You see, it's usually it's a bull flag, but I don't know. It's actually it's making lower low, lower highs. So for me, I'll take a chance. I'll short the FedEx. So inside day down for me on FedEx. I'll short it as soon as we go below 264.80 or 264.50. Let's make it. Sell below 264.50. Stop loss is 266. Aim for the gap. It's 261, I think. 261. And then 258.40. That's 60. W, it's also an inside day, but W is like really difficult to trade if somebody wants, but it has rallied a lot. Now with target numbers, it's an inside day. If we lose 76.50, I'm giving it neutral. Sell below 76.50, which is the 12 EMA. Stop loss is 78. Look for 74 and 70. So it's also negative on W. Target results can actually guide W. Oracle finally broke out. It's holding that 114 area, and it's a like a good breakout. The gap was managed and it was a breakout. So I think if it holds, if it goes above today's high, or I would say 118, I'll only jump onto buy above 118. It has potential for 120 and 122.50. It's my blue one because it's broken out. Stop loss is 117. So Oracle is something I'm really positive. It's a breakout. Roku is also looking really nice today. And there was some massive flow on Roku for 85 calls. And it tried to bounce. It's a morning star and then continuation. I'm looking at 88. So anything above 82.75 is really good on Roku. 82.75, which is a 12 EMA. And my stop loss will be 81.50. Target I'm looking at is 85.75 and 88.50. Back tested 12 EMA, yes. Not a gravestone. That's Roku. Snow have earnings next week. Snow is making dodgies at the bottom. And this is the area where it found the resistance in the past. So I think it should find some level of support at 150-ish area. So Snow, I'm just taking a neutral take. It's not a blue trade. It's going to be a green trade. Because I'm positive on Microsoft and I was also positive on CRM. So I'll take Snow on the positive side. Stop loss of 148. Buy near 150.51. Because you don't know, this market changes its direction very quickly. It should do a back test of 155 and 159.70. 60%. Tesla has lost a lot. Now it lost really important levels today. It's coming back into. So 225 is an area, and then there is a gap at 222. So 226 222, 226, 222. It's more than like 70% on the downside for Tesla. Stop loss is 236.75. I would say sell on rise. If you get sell on rise to 233.35-ish area, sell it. In the morning, very first thing it does, it moves there. On the upside, 236.75 is a stop loss. Try long above 240.50. Target is 248, 253. It's 30. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in tonight. I'll be posting this information on Twitter. You can watch this video, and I'll be sharing the link from RIPSTER if you want to join its community. Thanks for joining in, and thanks for participating. Thank you very much. Have a good, great night. Bye-bye.